What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another kind of motovlog style video. Just rolling to work. I checked the temperature on the way out. 50 degrees. Chance of snow and rain with a low of 20. I think it said 7 degrees. I worked till 2:30, so they said the snow's not supposed to start till 3, or it's Utah. With my luck, we'll be riding home in the snow at 2:30.
Get out of my way.
But yeah, it was really cool this morning. A high school buddy reached out to me and was talking to me about Arizona Bike Week. He's friends with the Layton guys, and he said they would really love what kind of we're doing in the channel, and he wanted to get us all together and hang out. So I'm really hoping I can make it to Arizona Bike Week. Yeah, so weather's not the biggest issue. I mean, worst case, I get trailer through the passes just to get through, like between Fillmore and Leeds area of Utah. Once you're in St. George, it's pretty warm down there, so you're pretty much out of all the worst of it. So yeah, my biggest hurdle, is just getting the time off. In my job, I gotta ask somebody to work basically on their day off. And if they do that, if they come in on their day off, I'll get the day off, but they also they're not working for money, they're working for time off. So it's kind of one of those harder things to get somebody to do. But we've got a lot of good dudes. Look at that, motorcycle rider, hell yeah. We've got a bunch of good dudes out here, you know, at the Salt Lake Trek-On is where I work. So I'm really hoping that could be a thing. But I've also got a lot of trips planned this year, and I'm going to be asking a lot of these guys. So my buying whiskey game better be on point. But anyway, so back to my buddy I was telling you about, my buddy Ronnie from high school. The funny thing is he did a trip a while back that was just insane. It was like the trip of all trips across America, and it was before I really did anything too big on my Dyna. But then when he did it, when I saw him do it, and you know, everything he was going through, he went through some shit on the trip, you know. Things breaking, people coming out of the woodworks to help him, just meeting random people, and it was just so inspiring, you know. That kind of lit a fire under me to want to do more motorcycling and more bigger, further trips. So shout out Ronnie, man, really cool stuff. And he said he's been busy lately. So another kind of idea I had, or reason I wanted to do this channel, was I had a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram, just from like the little reels or pictures I share in the places I go, and they're like, man, you know, that looks really cool, I wish I could go. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll take you. You know, so I kind of want to be that, I don't know about call it inspiration, but just, you know, especially with this first person view, just kind of take you with me, and you know, make the person that couldn't ride for whatever the case is, or you know, maybe you work too much, or maybe you have a health issue or whatever, you know, I want you to be able to come too. I want you to be able to check it out and see the sights with me. And I love that. I love being able to share positivity throughout the community. I love to be able to share positivity just throughout the world, man. We all need to kind of stick together. We all need to help each other out. We all have issues, man. You just don't see them. You don't see everybody's issues. But this is an outlet for me, and it really helps me out with whatever I have going on, and clears my mind. And I just love motorcycling. I'm so glad I found it. But for you guys, man, if there's ever anything you want to see, or anywhere you guys want me to go that you can think of, man, shout it out. I'll try to get there, man. I love this stuff. Even if it's in a weekend, man. Last year, for instance, on a whim, Milwaukee 120th anniversary was going down, and I had just bought my road glide that year, and I was like, you know what? I think I can make it out to Milwaukee in a weekend. So I went, and man, that was a mission and a half. But it was so much fun, dude. I remember my poor wife, she was trying to help me out on rolling. I typically don't like to go places that I'm not familiar with in the dark, just because I don't have the best sight in the dark. So she tries to get me a hotel. I think it was in Laramie. Well, she ends up getting me a hotel in Rawlins. I'm laughing. She's feeling all bad, you know. I'm like, you got the wrong place. She's like, it's non-refundable. I'm like, babe, don't worry, just try again. So she gets me a hotel. She gets it in the right place this time. Well, this time she got it for the following day. so I'm riding, I'm like, she's like, I got it, I did it this time. You know, it's in the right place. Oh shoot, I'm like, what? She's like, this one's non-refundable too, and it's for the next day. So I'm like, babe, don't worry, I'll figure it out. You know, so I rolled into town and just rolled by, I don't even remember what it was, some $40 hotel, which was perfect, man, because I was gassed. You know, and then the next day I woke up and pushed, I think it was like 1,100, 1,200 miles the rest of the way to Milwaukee. Son of a gun. Camera came loose. That happens. But where was I at? Yeah, so pushed through, man, and that was a fun journey. So my favorite part of that last part, you know, from the hotel to Milwaukee, was I was somewhere in Illinois, and for some reason my cheap ass didn't want to take a toll road, so it took me through farm roads. And in those farm roads, I'm just cruising down, you know, the sun is setting, pretty out there, and next thing you know, man, I'm just surrounded by fireflies. And I bet you guys out there probably get annoyed at this, or scraping those guys off your windshield, but for me, oh man, it felt like I was in some type of a movie, man. I'm just surrounded by fireflies, looking around me, in the middle of nowhere, you know, in a state I've never been to, on some random country road, and I'm like, man, this is crazy, you know. And honestly, in that moment, really all I kind of wish I had was my wife on the bike with me. That would have been, I feel like, something really cool to share with her. I keep way too fast. This bike is fast, dude. But yeah, so Milwaukee was great, but also going that far in such a short period of time to get to a place, all interstate, just pushing. It was cool to say I did it, but back to like Ronnie's ride, you know, it seemed like he just had time, and he took his time and got to enjoy the sights, got to meet the small town love, and that is what I love. I love taking my time. I love being able to see the country, you know, and not just racing like we do in this everyday rat race. Just hurrying up to get there and then sit around, you know, and I'm kind of getting tired of that. And don't get me wrong, you know, I still want to go to the rallies. The thing about the rallies, man, is that people make the place. And every time I go to these places, I always meet really cool people, dude. Like my buddy Bobby in Sturgis, who was the first person I ever met when I went out there. One of my rides, I was doing, I rode down the coast, and it kind of takes you in, and man, I have been riding in rain for like, well, snow then rain. It felt like, probably like 3 days. I'm just soaked every day, drying my boots inside the hotel room. Well, I'm tired of it, man. And I see all this, like, you know, green canopy, trees, all this nice stuff, you know, I'm like, huh. Sign for a scenic overlook? Let's go. So pull off the road, dude, and yep, road is covered by trees. I hope I can find that picture. I hope I didn't take that one off here. I might have put it on the hard drive, but yeah, dude, the road is completely, it's still wet. The road's wet, but the trees are covering everything. I'm not just getting soaked. And these trees are towering, bro. The scenic overlook I pulled off at is called the Avenue of the Giants. Oh, dude, it was so dope. Alright, speaking of wind, look at it. Look at this. Somebody come over here, look at this. It's kind of nice to just get your thoughts out on the, it's almost like a journal doing this moto vlog and stuff. The hardest part for me though is getting that mic right, getting my volume right. Whee! I guess they weren't lying. I guess there is going to be a little storm tonight. But we ride it. We love this shit. Pulling to the gate shack. Motorcycle parking only, baby. That's us. We're the motorcycle. Most people don't ride this time of year. I'm going to turn you off. That actually wasn't too cold, so I do have heated layers for after work in case it gets cold. But I like to use that hot wired heated gear. Works good for me. Some people like Garabine. I've never used it. I don't know. Get what you can afford, dude. Let's go get after it. I don't know if you guys can hear how windy it is or see that flag. You can kind of see how windy it is, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.